Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I want to give you an update on our Airbnb managing business during last year. And I'm gonna be touching a few points that probably you are interested in know. But the first thing that I want to talk about is how many Airbnbs we have last year and where they were located. And let's start saying that we have three here. We had three here in Santo Domingo. We had three in Juan Dolio, two in Punta Cana, and one in Bani. That were not Airbnb. That we had in different locations. So the properties that we were managing, the two in Punta Cana, it were two type condos, apartment, and they were located in the Cana Rock condos, which is the Hard Rock properties. They are located in there. One was in the third floor, which it was a penthouse. They have the private jacuzzi, and it had 2 bedrooms. And the other one was at the first floor. This one didn't have private jacuzzi, but this one was located, or that one was located right in front of the pool on the first floor. So the three in Juan Dolio, 2 of them were located in a community in Juan Dolio right by the ocean. Those were with ocean front, but no beach front. It was just in front of the ocean where you can see the ocean and enjoy the ocean, but not to swim. And these were located in Cana, all structured building. And the other one was in the Metro Country Club, and this one was it is still type of villa, where it have 4 bedrooms, it have 4.5 bathroom, it have a private pool. So the next one was the one in Bani. That one was located in the middle of the city of Bani, and that was kind of a villa too. It have a private pool, and it was real close to the beach. It was about 3 minutes from the beach. And the 3 here in Santo Domingo, one was located here in Arroyo Hondo, which is a house with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathroom, and also had a private pool. And 2 apartments were located in a tower in Romulo Betancourt, and those were apartments with 1 bedroom each. So now let's talk about the performance of the properties. And they were 9 properties, so I'm not gonna talk about the performance of each property. We're gonna do a general overall. And overall, the occupancy rate was between 55 and 65%, being the high occupancy rate, the penthouse in Punta Cana, the house in Arroyo Hondo, and the villa in Juan Dolio. And the less occupancy rate was the 2 apartments here in the tower here in Romulo Betancourt. So the reason I believe those 3 have the highest occupancy rate, if you notice, they all have a private pool, and I guess it's the amenity. When people come on vacation, they want to have something that they can enjoy, and I guess the denominator here is the pool. The penthouse in Punta Cana have a private pool, the house in Arroyo Hondo have a private pool, and the villa in Juan Dolio also have a private pool. And those properties are properties that people can come in a group or family or friends that they can enjoy together. That's what I believe they make them the highest occupancy rate property. And what happened the 2 in the tower here in Romulo Betancourt, what I believe is that, I don't know if you remember that I mentioned on my first video that the client that I have, he's subleasing to rent on Airbnb platform. And the rent that he is paying, or he was paying on those apartments, was very high. So if your rent is high, the price per night that you have to pay is a little high, and I believe that's what it made the occupancy rate be very low, because you have to be competitive. So that is the reason I believe those 2 apartments didn't work very well. So now let's talk about how much this property earned during the year. And because of privacy of the owner, I don't want to talk about how much each of these property made, but let's say that this property made last year like 32% less than the previous year in 2022. But remember, keep in mind that the year start with more properties that we had at the end. So during the year, we have to get rid of some properties. And in a minute, I'm gonna tell you why we have to get rid of some properties. But if you didn't watch my first video, you wanna know how much those property made, go and watch this video right here. So now let's talk about the property that we currently have and the ones that we have to get rid of because they were performing very well. So as at the moment, we have 2 in Juan Dolio, we have 2 in Santo Domingo Este, and 2 in Punta Cana. The rest of them, we have to get rid of them because they weren't performing very well. So the one that we don't have anymore is the 2 in the tower here in Romulo Betancourt, they are gone. The one in Arroyo Hondo is no longer, we don't have longer that one. The one in Bani, we don't have that one either. And the 2-in-1 dolio that I mentioned earlier, we had to get rid of those. Those were apartment, 1 bedroom, like oceanfront. We no longer have those, but we picked up 2 more in there in 1 dolio. That's why we still have 2 in 1 dolio. So now let's talk about why we have to get rid of those apartments that I'm talking about. And the first 2 here in Santo Domingo that we have to get rid of in the tower, they were because I already mentioned the rent was too high and we wasn't making that much money, or we couldn't rent it for too much, so the performance was very low on those 2. So even though they were very pretty, we have to get rid of those 2. They weren't making any money. The one in Bani, that one, it is in Bani. Bani is not considered very well. It's not considered to me a tourist town. It's down there when you go over there, like do, let's say, like intern, how people call it? Turismo interno, like intern tourism, like local tourism. People go travel over there, like Dominicans, or people that travel or go to visit the town, they rent a villa over there. But it's not like people travel strictly to visit that area. So that villa was renting pretty much just weekends, and most of the time was just rent for like Saturday to Sunday, because it was being rented by most of the time by Dominicans. They were just going over there one day. So at the end, we have to get rid of that property because the money that was generating was less than the money that we were spending on that. So we have to get rid of the property. So the next 2 properties that we have to let go was the 2-in-1 dolio that was in that oceanfront, in that old building that I was telling you, and that wasn't, the rent wasn't that high. The problem with that one is the building was too old. And when you put it in there, yeah, it was nice because it have oceanfront, but when you got there, the building was too old. People was complaining there was a lot of crack on the walls, that there was like a lot of, I don't know, like grillos and things like that from the ocean was coming into the apartment. There were a little, a few complaints from people. So it wasn't performing well, and we have to let those 2 go too. So those are the properties that we have to let go because they were performing very well. And I know that you are asking yourself, is it still a good business, the Airbnb business here in Dominican Republic? And I will say yes and no. And the reason I say no is because if you are subleasing and you pay a high rent, you will have to have a high occupancy rate for you to be able to cover your expenses. Let's say the one that we had in Punta Cana, that is $1,300 per month. Right now, at the moment, we have a $75 per night. For us to be able to at least make the rent in that property, we have to rent it at least 18.9, which is 60%. So for us to make a profit out of that property, you will have to rent it like 70 or 80% during the year for us to be able to make some money. So for us to make a profit at a property like that, or you either have to increase your occupancy rate or increase the price. So doing your research based on the area that you rent that property, you will be able to see how much you can rent your property for. So I would say just do your research before you subleasing a property to do an Airbnb business here. And keep in mind that beside the rent are other fees that you have to pay. Like if you pay a management fee, cleaning, that other time it is the client or the customer pay for that. Utility, you pay cable, or you pay your Wi-Fi. So those are different fees that are gonna go into, or plus your rent, that you will be able to cover, depending on what you wanna give the client, the customer, or the guest, or what you wanna charge them for, or what you wanna pay for. And I would say yes, if you buy the property, it will be a good investment. A good investment because when you pay your property, what you pay the bank, I guess, it will be less than renting to somebody that is already trying to make a profit for their property. So paying that, you will have more room to play when you put in your price per night. And besides that, you will be paying onto your own property. That is, anyway, you will be making money because that's your property. So in general, I think it's still good at business, the Airbnb here in Dominican Republic. But the problem is when you have to sublease and pay a high price on rent, that is when the problem comes. So what I have learned after 2 years managing Airbnb here in Dominican Republic, and in general, I think that is not an easy business. At first, when I started and what I was thinking in doing, because I wanted to do it, I still want to do it, but I thought it was gonna be an easiest task. because I thought, okay, just managing some property and things like that. But it is not easy because you're dealing with people. And you're dealing with so many different type of people, and they all have a different way of seeing things, and it is very difficult because when you can have one day, you can have a group of people visiting your property. They all good, they love it, everything is fine, and you can have another group tomorrow, and they have a complaint for everything, or either the water is too hot or it's too cold. It's always something. So what it makes it difficult is dealing with different type of people every day. I feel like the Airbnb platform give more benefit of the doubt to the guests than the host. And that make it even worse because they know that, they understand that. So by knowing that when they send messages, when they put comment, when they call Airbnb, they're gonna have some type of reward, or they're gonna have some free money, or they're gonna have something. So they use that many times just because they can. And that is something that I think is not fair. Because if it wasn't both parts, you will have no business. So without guests, you have no business. But without hosts, you don't have no business either. So it has to be the house and it has to be the people to make a business. So I think it should be a little bit more equal to be able to flow good. And then besides, they put those comments over that they hurt your business, and then you can even remove it, and it's a lot into it. But besides that you have to deal with so many different people that are traveling coming to your property, also dealing with cleaning people that come that you contacted to do service in the property. It is so many part of it that make it very sometimes frustrated, but at the end I like it. Even though I have all those frustrated part, I still will do it and keep doing it. So having said that, if you have any property that need to be managed, I do manage AirBnB properties still, so you can contact me, you can send me an email, or you can put a comment down below here. So guys, this is all what I have for right now. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!